Neobanks and how they function. Neobanks are fast becoming a big part of our financial institutions. At one point or another, you've all heard about names like Revolut, N26, Dukascoin, Chime, and Monzo, and how they work with cryptocurrencies, offer low cost of service, and fast payment processing. They have grabbed the payment market easily and are pushing out standard banks like JP Morgan, UBS, and Barclays. The global neobanking market is soon to be valued at $66.82 billion. According to statistics, it's estimated to grow fast with a CAGR, or compounded annual growth rate, of 53.4% from 2022 to 2030. But what does neobank mean exactly? Neobanks, also known as the challenger, are digital banks that deliver financial products to customers the same way the traditional bank does, but use technology platforms like smartphones and web apps. They offer financial services like savings accounts, a cash account, direct deposit, money lending, online payments, money transfers, and other mobile-friendly financial transactions without owning a physical office. Unlike traditional banks, neobanks have their presence 100% online, and thus provide 24/7 customer service. These fintechs are fast changing how we bank, the same way Uber changed how we transport, how Airbnb transformed the hospitality industry. Neobanks worldwide and in the United States are drawing many consumers annually at an exponential rate. Chime, for example, was predicted to have 12 million customers in February 2021, up from 8 million the year before. According to Global Industry Insights Inc.'s forecast, the neobanking market will be worth more than $600 billion by 2028. The widespread use of mobile banking platforms and a fully digital banking experience are expected to boost the neobanking industry's development substantially. During the pandemic, the neobanking business was one of the most profitable ventures. New app downloads from top European neobanks have surged dramatically during this period. As of March 2021, the 6 largest European app-only banks have combined downloads of approximately 40 million applications. The popularity of neobanks has grown all around the globe, not only in Europe. A similar pattern may be seen in other locations and worldwide. According to App Annie statistics, there were more than 264 million neobank app downloads globally between fourth quarter of 2020 and third quarter of 2021, with Brazil and Latin America as a whole being attractive locations for neobank growth. Last year, the neobank phenomena continued to attract enormous sums of money from investors. German N26 raised $900 million in a round headed by Coatue and Third Point, $9 billion valuation. American Chime raised $750 million in a round led by Coatue and Third Point, $25 billion valuation. And Brazil's fintech star Neobank raised $750 million and went public. Let's look at some of the biggest neobanks globally and how much they're worth. Here are the top 10 neobanks in the world by valuation in billions of dollars. Number 10, K-Bank. Launched in 2017 and based in Seoul, South Korea. It has a valuation of $7 billion with 7 million users. Number 9, N26. Founded in 2013 and based in Berlin, Germany. It has a valuation of $9 billion with 7 million users. Number 8, Tinkoff. Founded in 2006 and based in Moscow, Russia. It has a valuation of $9 billion with 13 million users. Number 7, Sophie. Founded in 2013 and based in San Francisco, USA. It has a valuation of $10 billion with 7.5 million users. Number 6, Robinhood. Founded in 2013 and based in the United States. It has a valuation of $10 billion with 22.8 million users. Number 5, Kakao Bank. Founded in 2016 in Korea. It has a valuation of $19 billion with 10 million users. Number 4, WeBank. Founded in 2014 and based in China. It has a valuation of $21 billion with 200 million users. Number 3, Chime. Founded in 2013 and based in San Francisco, USA. It has a valuation of $25 billion with 12 million users. Number 2, Revolut. Founded in 2015 and based in London, England. It has a valuation of $33 billion with 15 million users. And finally, number 1, Neobank. Founded in 2013 and based in Sao Paulo, Brazil. It has a valuation of $45 billion with 35 million users. Traditional banks versus neobanks. The operations of neobanks are totally different from the traditional banks and sometimes confused with digital banks. They offer similar financial services to traditional banks. However, neobank services' mode of operation, particularly online registration and access, require little to no stress. Let's compare the operations of the standard banks and neobanks. International card transaction and payment. Traditional banks often do not provide you with a debit card that you can use anywhere in the world to transact globally. Much paperwork and processing will be involved to get such a card, including upgrading accounts before an international transaction can pass. Going through these processes with standard banks can be time-consuming and take up to 1 month. On the other hand, with a neobank's account, you won't have to worry about that. You can request a virtual or physical card using your neobank app. Also, you can use your card to make purchases or transact while traveling abroad at the current currency rates with little or no stress. You need to click the right buttons on the neobank apps, and you're good to go. Fees and interests. Neobanks offer lower fees than traditional banks, especially when it comes to customer deposits. Neobanks also offer higher interest rates on checking and savings accounts, and they also offer other lower fees, such as decreased monthly maintenance fees, or none in some situations, and are usually easy to set up and use. You might be wondering, how can they run a profitable business when they charge lower fees and pay higher interest? Well, since they don't have any physical branches, neobanks can drastically lower their overhead costs. They receive most of their revenue from merchants' interchange fees when consumers buy items and services with their debit cards. Also, operating through apps helps neobanks offer financial services globally, including lowered requirements to open an account in third-world countries at low compliance costs. Easy account approvals and access. We all know how difficult it is to open an account with a standard bank. Yes, the procedure isn't as complicated as it used to be. However, there are still some glitches. Sometimes you'll need to provide hard copies of some documents and information of guarantors or trustees, which can be time-consuming. Neobanks are super fast when opening a new account, and their processing is completed within 24 hours. As a result, you won't need to travel to set up an account with a new bank. You can do it in just a few simple steps from the comfort of your own home or on your phone. Almost immediately, you'll have your new bank account set up. Adoption of advanced and trending technologies. Neobanks are easily accessible through a smartphone app and ensure that you have access to money no matter where you are. In addition, compared to traditional financial institutions, a neobank app is simple to establish and use. Plus, their features are more technologically advanced, and they provide services to people who may have a higher credit risk. Lack of mobility and time-consuming practices in decision-making, together with rising new technologies and practices like crypto, NFT, virtual cards, and referral programs, make the younger generation not interested in standard banks. Neobanks quickly adopt these new technologies and allow you to receive payments from a non-SWIFT system, such as PayPal, NetTeller, Kiwi, etc. How to open a neobank account. The first step to opening a neobank account is to download the neobank app of your choice and install the app. Also, you will need to do some KYC registration, which will include ID and contact verification. For ID verification, you'll be asked for specific personal information, such as your name and address and phone number, email. Usually a code will be sent to you through phone or email to verify that the information you entered is valid. After that, you'll be offered account choices to pick from, which you may usually do later if you wish. In some parts of the world, some banks carry out compliance checks through their database or public databases regarding your criminal records, political involvement, etc. In conclusion, neobanks are fast-growing and gradually taking over banking and financial markets from the big banks by providing faster, reliable, and accessible banking services to the people. The future is bright for neobanks with the current trends, with more room for improvements and better delivery service.